Welcome back to the channel. Here today I'm going to do a do-it-yourself oil change on a 2010 Honda Civic. This is for 2005 up to 2011. I'm using ramps to drive the car on, but you can also use a jack and jack stands. I just have my ramps available to drive the car up on. So this is a 1.8 liter and we're using a factory Honda oil filter. And we're also using 5W20 full synthetic oil to put back inside the engine, which is what the Honda Civic 1.8 from 05 to 2011 actually calls for. And this is your drain bolt to drain the oil out of your pan. And some people mistakenly take the motor mount bolt, but that's not the correct one. You have to take this one right here out. And it's a 17 millimeter socket. And sometimes they're a little tight, and sometimes you just got to give it a little bang to get the bolt to come loose. And you'll always get oil on your fingers no matter which way you try to do it. And as you'll see here, I'm going to get oil. That's why I'm wearing the gloves. And as you can see, the oil is really in need of a change. It's kind of black. I'm noticing there's no flake in it. There's no metal in it. The oil is just dirty and needs to be changed. Also, there's a thrust washer on the bolt, and this specific filter didn't come with a new thrust washer, so I'm just going to reuse the old one that's existing on the bolt, which is still in good condition. Right here, I'm using channel locks to take off the oil filter. I just use channel locks because it works good. They're not usually tight, and as you can see here, it came loose with ease. And then just unscrew the oil filter. Try to line up your pan so you're going to catch oil from the drain side and the filter side as best you can. And let it drain out a bit before you completely remove it. And just give it another little slack to get the remaining oil. Now you can go ahead and just completely remove the old oil filter. And now we're just going to fill the oil filter with oil. You always want to make sure you fill your oil filter with oil. And then take some oil on your finger and just rub some oil all over the gasket. And now you're ready to put your oil filter back in the car. So now we're just screwing the oil filter back into the engine. And you don't want to over tighten your oil filter. Usually 3/4 of a turn once it starts to get firm. And I just take the channel locks and I just give it just a little snug, not much because you don't want to over tighten your oil filter. Just like that, and that's enough. And now we just take our bolt and we put it back into the oil pan with our existing thrust washer, which again is in good condition, so I don't mind using it right now, only because of the fact that a new one didn't come with the new oil filter. Some cases they do, some cases they don't. And we take our 17mm socket and we tighten our bolt. And just clean off the existing area. And now we're going to take off our oil stopper. And we're going to use a funnel so we won't make a mess when we're putting the new oil back inside. And again, we're using the 5W20, and that's the full synthetic oil that this engine calls for. And we're just going to take our time and pour the oil into the engine. And I just want to specify this engine takes 4 quarts of oil, and which means basically it's going to be a little more than 3/4 of this jar. And you can just watch me pour the oil inside the engine. Little bit of a slow procedure, but at least you're not making a mess all over the engine trying to line the oil jug up with the hole. And now we're finished. I've checked the oil several times to make sure it's completely topped up. And we're just going to put our oil stopper back on the engine. Okay, now to reset your oil display in your dashboard, the first thing you have to do is turn your ignition in the forward position. Then you look over on the left side of your dash panel and you hit the select button and you hold in on that button. Don't let it go. When you push it, don't let it go. In a few seconds, you'll see that the screen will start blinking as it here is now. Then you let it go and then you repress again and just hold it, and you'll see that your oil will reset back to 100%, as you can see right there in the dash. And now guys, all you have to do is just start your engine, let it run for a while, and basically you're done. And that's how you change the oil in a 2005 up till 2011 1.8 liter Honda Civic. So thanks for watching everyone, and I hope this helps for you to change your oil on your own. And I'll see you on the next video, which is coming up soon.